Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is Feb 27, 2022. Let's take a look at the top stocks with accounting manipulation or a potential accounting manipulation. Market is very volatile. Please apply some caution. So we will talk about stocks with a volume more than 1 million shares traded as of Friday. And Beneish M Score, which predicts the accounting manipulation, is more than 1.78. So with that, let's jump in. Look, what is Beneish M Score? It's a statistical model to determine if the company's earnings have high probability of accounting manipulation. So it looks at various factors like deteriorating gross margins, operating expenses, and leverage, which is rising. It also significant sales growth. That's the red flag here. When margins are deteriorating and sales growth is increasing, you got to be a little careful here. This may be because of accounting manipulation. A M score over negative 1.78 suggests possible earnings manipulation. So this is really possible earning manipulation or potential earning manipulation. So we got to be a little bit careful there. And also, according to the Professor Beneish, if you invest in low M score stocks and also short high M score stocks, you could have outperformed the market by 15%. So this model also helped to predict Enron was manipulating the result, and we all know what happened to Enron. It went under and went bankrupt. And there is one more ratio. We'll look at this one also here, which is called Sloan ratio. Sloan ratio identifies companies with high accruals and high non-cash or expenses, non-cash income or expense. Sloan found that buying a low accrual companies and shorting high accrual companies generated a return more than twice of S&P 500. That's very staggering number here. And in a nutshell, if the ratio is between minus 10% and 10%, company is in a safe zone. If it is greater than 25% or less than negative 25%, earnings are likely to be made up of accruals. And we got to be very careful if if it happens over several quarters. It's a signal for doctored earnings. So we got to be careful here. We'll touch on both these ratios today. Beneish M score, which is primary ratio that we'll be looking at today, and also we'll look at Sloan ratio for those selected stocks. So with that, let's jump in here. Look, this is a list here. Top of the list, we got Lightspeed. I know many of you know Lightspeed here. Look what's the ratio here. So we got here a Beneish M score minus 0.78. This is below minus 1.78. That's why this is a potential accounting manipulator. So we got to be a little bit careful here. And look, they got overall score 42, Altman Z score 10.4, but the culprit here is the Beneish M score. This suggests this could be accounting manipulator or potential accounting manipulator, so we got to be a little bit careful here. And then you got Norwegian Cruise Lines. As we all know, it's very tough business to be in cruise lines when there is an Omicron scare. Look at the Beneish M score here, 326. So anything below negative 1.78 is a potential accounting manipulator. That's why you got to be a little bit careful with this company. And also this company does not have a good financial position here. Altman Z score is negative 0.3. We got to have this above 2 or so to be a good financially viable company. And we got a few more, as you can see here. Keep watching the Beneish M score here. Beneish M score for all these companies are below or above minus 1.78, which is a really indicator for potential accounting manipulation. And you got stocks like Marathon. It's a Bitcoin company or a Bitcoin mining company, as many of you know here. Look at the Beneish M score here, 15.446, which is much higher than minus 1.78. And look at the Sloan ratio. This is also higher. So this also tells you this is also a potential manipulator from both Beneish score perspective as well as from a Sloan ratio perspective. So we got to be a little bit careful here also. And we got few more. We got GameStop here, similar situation as you can see here. Beneish M Score is minus 1.05, so you got to be careful there also. And as you can scan through here, we got few more names. We got to be careful in all the names. Whenever we got both Beneish M Score and Sloan ratio raising red flags here, you got to be extra careful here. Look at this one here, ABR. We got both Beneish M Score as well as Sloan ratio raising red flags. We got to be careful on this one here. And we got a couple more here. Look at Fate Therapeutics. I know this is a good company working on gene editing. Look at both Beneish M Score as well as Sloan ratio. Both are flashing negative. And also look at the performance here. In 1 year, it's struggling a little bit. And 5 years it did well. And we got a few more as we look through here. We got AHCO here. We got both red flags, both from Beneish M Score and Sloan ratio perspective. We got to be careful here. And we got our favorite company, AFRM. AFRM also, as you can see here, Beneish M Score perspective negative 1.65, just below 1.78. So you got to be careful there also. And we got here CRISPR Therapeutics, same story here. Biotech company, as many of you know here. Also, both Beneish M Score as well as Sloan ratio suggest there could be some potential accounting manipulation, and stock has struggled in 1 year, as you can see here, and did great in 5 years. And generally look at all the companies where we have Beneish M Score red here. These are all potential accounting manipulator according to Sloan ratio here. And as you see here, we got both Bill.com and Roku. I know many of you are owning these stocks here. And according to the Sloan ratio here, you got to be careful with both these companies, given Sloan ratio is higher than minus 1.78 here. So it's good to apply some caution here. Does not mean you got to avoid them, but apply some caution, especially when Altman Z-score is in red. You got to apply some caution here and be extra careful. All right, so let's look at one more list here and go from there. It's a continuation here. Keep watching the Beneish M Score here. All the Beneish M Score here is over negative 1.78. That suggests a possible accounting manipulation. And Sloan ratio, whenever it's red here, that tells you, even from a Sloan ratio perspective, it's a potential accounting manipulator. Look at Shopify here. Shopify satisfies both here. It's a potential accounting manipulator according to Beneish M Score as well as Sloan ratio. So it doesn't mean it's a manipulator. It's a potential manipulator. That's why you got to be a little bit careful here. Stock has been down 48% in 1 year. So we got to be a little bit careful. That's all it is. All models are based on statistical data. So it's something to keep in mind. And we got a few more here. It looks like all the biotech stocks got picked up here. We got Biohaven. Look at Biohaven here. It's got a negative 0.16 Beneish M Score here. Also, it's has done okay in 1 year, but according to this model here, this could be a potential accounting manipulator. And we got Upstart here. I know many of you know Upstart very well here. Same story, potential accounting manipulator according to this model here. And we got stocks like VIR here, similar story here. Look, it's also a potential accounting manipulator with the negative 1 Beneish M Score. And we got a few more here. Look, we got BioNTech, again a biotech company, as many of you know here. This also has got high Beneish M Score and high Sloan ratio. Indicates this could be a potential accounting manipulator. And as usual, take a look at some of the companies. We got Dynavax, same story. It's also a potential accounting manipulator according to this model here. And as you scan through here, we got a few more. We got Six Flags, Bank of Montreal, and so on and so forth. And we got here Celsius Holding. It's a beverage company, as many of you know here. It has got a Beneish M score of negative 1.29. Again, according to this model, it could be also a potential manipulator. So we got to be a little bit careful here and invest carefully, especially when Beneish M score is red here and they have low on the cash with the financial position not so great with the red in Altman Z score. Be extra careful and try to see if you can pick better stock. There is a lot of choice in the market and go from there. So with that, we'll conclude here. Thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.